think it's the last comment that actually came through on the previous live. So I'm just waiting for to go live, and I can go live. 3, 2, 1, and clear all comments. And we're live, on Amazon. I'm hoping that we're live on Amazon. I'm waiting to actually see it. I'm going to refresh, and yes, we're live on Amazon. And thank you. It's always an exciting moment when that happens. So, welcome to the show. And this is the Monday show, which is Lights, Camera, Action. And I'm live on Be Live. And today is going to, I'm experimenting with what we can actually do on this show. So what I'm going to be showing you today is how to broadcast live to your website. And this is a practical example which I recorded live, and I've got the YouTube video. I'm going to bring it into the studio and I'm going to play it. Now, if you watch this 17-minute video, and it being 2 halves, then you will be able to go live on your website. And we want to go live on our websites as well as Amazon, because that's where that's where everybody goes, isn't it? Okay, so look forward to that. Shortly is how to broadcast live to your website. And we'll say hello on Amazon, and waiting for everything to work itself out. We'll take a second or two. If you do catch this live, then please do say hello and say where you're from. It's always interesting. I love networking. And if you can say where you're from, then we can start a conversation and perhaps get to know a little bit more about each other. My name is Stephen. I'm based in Wiltshire in England, and I just enjoy going live on Amazon Live so much. I have 3 shows a week now. This is the first one, Lights, Camera, Action, which is all about the tech side of live broadcasting, which I've been doing for the last 6 years. Wednesday is Country Walks with Stephen, when we explore the countryside with our mobile cameras. And Friday is Language Learning with Stephen, when we follow my love of languages: German, French, Italian, Spanish, Latin, and Japanese. So, without further ado, what I want to do first of all is look at, and thank you to everybody who's watching, is to actually look at the kit that I actually use. Now, the highlighted item is the one that's at the side of me at the moment. In actual fact, if I do a few clicks, then I can bring up on screen, if I click a button, okay, and I switch over from there to there, and okay, I've got the camera, and it should appear in a second. And hide that. There you have it. The second camera, I'll talk to that one, is basically from my Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is quite probably the best computer I've ever purchased. It's 16 gig RAM, it's a 1 terabyte hard drive, and it just, well, it rocks. I mean, it's just great quality build, it feels solid, and it's a laptop, which means you can actually move it about. And in addition to that, it runs everything that you want it to run, and I use it for all my live broadcasts. And that's whether we're on Be Live, which is where we are today, whether we're on Restream, or whether I'm actually just going live to my website. All starts from this laptop, which is a Microsoft Surface Book 2. And I can tell you at the moment that there is a $370 discount on that particular machine. Now, I use it day in, day out. I've had it for the last 18 months, and it's done me proud. It works well, and I can heartily recommend it. The next item I'm using, this camera, that's this one. This camera is a Logitech Brio. Logitech as a company are well known for their camera range, and when we all start broadcasting, we start broadcasting on a Logitech C920. If you want to go further than that, then Logitech Brio is the next step up, and that's the camera I've got. I've been using it now for 9 months, so I had no problems. With the Logitech Capture software, it gives a perfect, crisp picture every time that I go live, and I've not had a problem with it at all. I do tell you. Oh, if I had, I would tell you, but there's not been a single problem. They're so well built. So looks at the computer, looks at the camera. The next thing we need, and I'm just going to highlight this, is a microphone. Now, when you start broadcasting with a microphone that's actually on your machine. Nothing wrong in that. But as you grow into live broadcasting, then you want a microphone which is going to be, well, it's going to stand you in good stead. And I tried several, and my latest microphone is the one that you actually see highlighted in the carousel at the moment. And it just provides such a high quality sound. And that's what you're after, because when people are watching, and you're watching this Amazon Live now, the odds are that you skipped over to some other page. And I can tell you that that particular microphone is at the moment 23% off. So it's cheaper than when I bought it. I paid over $200 for that microphone, and it's worth every cent. But if I was buying a microphone today, I would still buy the same one. So Audio Technica AT 2020. Now, later in the week, I'll be demonstrating this, which was mentioned to me by Chris. This is an IPEVO stand, and basically you can put your mobile in there. But the thing about it is that you can put your mobile and hand angle it down to your work surface. So if you're doing a demonstration, you can have the mobile phone focused on your hands and the main camera focused on your face. And it's, well, I've got to say, it weighs a ton. It is a very solid piece of kit from IPEVO. So we'll be looking at that later in the week. And if you have Wi-Fi problems, this is the last piece of kit I'm going to look at before we move on. If you have Wi-Fi problems, then the Deco series of Wi-Fi enhancers will put Wi-Fi throughout your house without any problem at all. And they're just so good. Let's take a few comments and we'll say hello to Chris. Hello, Chris. And second comment from Chris is yes. And Chris told me about the IPEVO uplift. It's a great job in education and for demonstrations. Thank you, Chris, for the endorsement, which is now in the video. So that's the IPEVO. It's where I found it. The IPEVO is $59, and both Chris and I have got one, and it does the job. It won't fall over. It's so heavy that it's just so sturdy, and takes your camera, and you can then do demonstrations and presentations as well. Okay, so that's the sort of just looking at the equipment that I use in my live broadcasting. Everything that I've spoken about, I am using now. And that's my recommendation. I actually use this. I've done over 1,650 broadcasts for Be Live. This is my current setup, and this is the one that actually works well. Now, if you are swinging by this broadcast, we're about to go, and I spend my time on live video. And being on Amazon Live is a joy, and one that I'm totally into. And I've just written a blog post called The Joy of Amazon Live, which hundreds of people have actually read. And so blogging is one part of the things that I do. And the other thing that I do, as well as being an ambassador for Be Live, is actually create instructional videos. Now, one of the things that I'm most interested in at the moment is actually going live on your website. It really is the place to go live. If people are watching you on their website, you've attracted them. You're not living in hope of finding them on Facebook or YouTube. They're actually going onto your website, watching your live video on your website, surfing your blogs and reading your blogs, surfing your shop and buying from your shop. That's just the people do on Amazon today, but it's your website. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And if you follow this step by step, you will be able to go live on your own website. So I'm going to hide that. I'm going to bring the video up on screen and take myself off full screen. So we're going side by side. This is the video, and it'll be ready in a second. I'm going to shrink myself. In fact, I might take myself off screen so you can actually watch the video. So I'm going to hide my camera, switch off my microphone, and I'm going to press play. And this video, as I say, will show you how to broadcast live. Broadcasting to your own website using VI Loud or VLoud. So I'm going to call it VI Loud until somebody tells me otherwise. So broadcasting to your website using VI Loud. What do you need to do? What we're going to do is this. I'm going to go over to here and I'm going to tell you that we need to create a YouTube playlist, create a channel on VI Loud and embed that playlist, write a blog post and take that VI Loud information onto the blog post, and then go live from Be Live broadcasting to VI Loud and to our website. Okay, so those are the steps. Now they're simple and straightforward. You just do them in sequence and everything will work well. So I'm going to take that off screen, and just as a reminder, I'm using Be Live and VI Loud. Those are the two pieces of software, both paid, and you can use them to broadcast live to your website. It's probably one of the best ways to do it. Call me biased, possibly. Okay, so let's go over and start off on YouTube. This is the YouTube studio producer, and I want a playlist there which is called Broadcasting to Amazon Live. So I'm going to click there to edit it. So this is the playlist that I created earlier, and it's a list of my broadcasts which I've made to Amazon Live. So there you have, it's Broadcasting to Amazon Live. So I'm going to copy the title. You'll see why in a moment. But at the moment, that has got 4 videos on it, and basically I'm putting those through to VI Loud, and then I can embed a player. Okay, so that's the first stage. Have a playlist, take its title, and then go over to the VI Loud webpage. Okay, so this is the main webpage, and it starts off with channels. We want to add a new channel. Okay, so we're going to go create a channel, and in a second to come through, it is an on-demand channel, so people can watch video when they want, and it's made from a YouTube playlist. Okay, so there's the 2 options you want to click. On demand, people can watch when they want, and it's from a YouTube playlist. Then go next. And first thing it wants is a name. Now I'm going to paste the name that I just copied. Broadcasting to Amazon Live. Okay, and then I need the playlist. So let's go back to YouTube and to that playlist, and if I hit the share button, it will in a second come up with the link that I need. So I'm going to copy that link from that YouTube playlist, go back to VI Loud and paste in, if it will let me, I'm going to paste in the link. Okay, now I could set up an icon to go with the playlist as well, but I'm just going to accept what's there. I can come back and change it later. So I've now got a playlist on VI Loud, and as you can see, if I scroll up, the playlist has taken, VI Loud has taken the 4 videos in my playlist. Simple as that. As soon as you set up a channel, you put in the playlist URL, it's actually then on VI Loud. That's, we've gone from YouTube to VI Loud. Now the next stage is you need to write a blog post. Now, as far as a blog post is concerned, here is one that I started preparing earlier, and you've seen it already. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the VI Loud player. So I'm going to go and click on the structure and press plus, and then having pressed plus, I want HTML. Okay, so I'm going to drag the HTML across to there. Okay, and that's now sat waiting for some HTML code. If I go back to VI Loud, there's our new channel at the top, and hopefully at the top is broadcasting to Amazon Live, and you can see that I can preview the channel if I wish, or I can embed, and it's the embed code I want. So I click embed and it comes up with the embed code. Now this is the code which will allow this VI Loud player to work with the playlist that we took from YouTube. Now I always switch off autoplay because I find it annoying when I go to a web page and there's a video player and I don't know where it is and it's playing sound. Now I'm going to copy that code from VI Loud, go to my blog post and paste it in. And in a second or two, they've got to talk to each other, get acquainted, and then in a second it will come through, and there's my VI Loud player with the Amazon Live videos on it. So we've done that, and what I'm going to do at this stage is I'm going to update the blog post. So let's just recap. Recapping is always a good idea. We started with a YouTube playlist. We then went to VI Loud, we created a channel, we put that playlist onto the channel, and then we took the embed code from VI Loud and we put it in the blog post, and the blog post now has the player in it. There's the player, and if I press play, hopefully, fingers crossed, then the video would come through. But I'm going to videos. Okay, there you are. I'm going to stop that. So it's already playing the video. Okay, so if I go to preview, and this is the preview page. This is what the blog post looks like. On Facebook, which is good. And the video. In 3, 2, 1. Ready to go live and live. Okay. There's the video player. Come back to here. Over there. Because this is started. I'm going to stop that. My apologies for that actually playing. Here's the blog post, and it has the video player embedded in it. Now, I would actually sort of pad this out with more images and what have you, but for the moment, we've got the video player. Now, the wonderful thing about VI Loud is that if I go live to VI Loud, instead of playing the videos, this page will now play my live broadcast, and this is what it's all about. Where I want to go live sorry, you don't want the Guardian, do you? This is recorded live, by the way. We want to go live on our web page. So I'm going to go to the VI Loud page again, and have I managed to close it? Okay. Just won't be a second. I'm going to go to the VI Loud page again. Oh, it's there now. Right, okay, so I've got the embed code, that's all sorted and dusted. I now need to go live. And this is the live stream settings. Now, what we need to do here, this is the daily live streams, and this is where we're going to be streaming to. We stream to this page, and it streams to all the pages on our blog post. Now I want to add my new channel, which is broadcasting to Amazon Live. Accept. So I can add channels here at any time. I've got 11 different web pages. If I go live on one, I'm going live on them all. This is the way that it works. So this is the live screen on VI Loud. Now, what I want to do in my studio is to create a destination, and it's going to be an RTMP destination. In other words, we're going to connect to VI Loud using RTMP, and for that we just need two pieces of information from the VI Loud site. We need the URL, so I've copied the URL and I'm going to paste it into there, and we need the stream key. Now, stream key is unique to you. Don't share it with anybody ever. Okay, so I'm going to key in the stream key. Now, the thing that I managed to do there is I managed to mix up the URL. So that's my helpful password software helping me. So there's the RTMP link, and it's now no longer yellow. There is the key. I'm in the BeLive studio. I've just keyed those two pieces of information in, and I'm going to save that. Okay, now in the studio, I'm ready to go live. VI Loud is offline and not doing anything, and now I'm going to go live, and we'll follow this through. Yeah, and then I'll recap afterwards. If you've missed a beat, then just watch the video again. There will be written instructions down below as well. But what we're doing is we're going to go live from our studio to the website. So let's press start and confirm that we're going live. Okay, now I'm in the BeLive studio, and in a second I will get a 3, 2, 1, a countdown to say that my signal is being received by the servers at BeLive and is then going to be forwarded to whichever destinations I wanted it sent to. Now, I'm live in the studio. You're watching me live. My signal has gone out to the BeLive studios. It takes 20 to 30 seconds for that signal to be processed and go on to its destination. And this is because you could have a broadcast where you've got 4 people on screen, and all those individual signals, those 4 signals, need to be composited before they're sent out. Yeah. Now, I could equally well, it's the same routine as if you're going live on Facebook and YouTube, but this time we're going live to VI Loud. So hopefully I've talked through that, and there I am. After a second, this is the VI Loud page we looked at earlier, and that's me talking away with my hands, of course, and the broadcast has got to VI Loud. It's gone from the BeLive studio to VI Loud. Now, we embedded the code into our web page. So if we go to the web page and press play, then after a second or two, videos, 2 to 3 minutes, that should be, to give I'm just going to refresh the page. Make sure that I'm live. Okay. Right. So I'm now on the web page, and the web page, just to prove it, I'm going to go press the play button. This is me live. So what has happened is that from my studio here, the signal has gone to BeLive. BeLive have sent it to VI Loud, and I'm live on the VI Loud site. And then I've embedded the code for this player into a blog post, which means that I'm live on the blog post. Now, it does mean that you can, when you're going to go live on your website, you just need the link to this blog post. That's all you need to give people. You're going to say to people, I'm going to be live on my website on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Here's the link. It's a permanent link. It doesn't change like the Facebook link changes, and you are genuinely live on your website. Now, whilst you're live, VI Loud will make a recording. That recording you can download afterwards. After the broadcast is finished, there will be a recording which you can download from VI Loud. Your website will revert back to the original playlist as soon as you've finished, okay, until you go live again. Now, if you go back to VI Loud for a moment, we went live on the Broadcasting to Amazon Live page, but I'm also live on other pages. There's no limit to the number of places that you can embed this web player. You can embed it in your own pages. Okay, now I've got 7 shows a week, so it's embedded in all 7. You can embed it on other websites, your own websites, or your contacts websites. You can embed this player anywhere, so that when you go live, you're live on your website. Okay, why is that important? I'll come back to me to finish off. We spent years broadcasting to other destinations and earning money for other people. If you can broadcast to your website, I've just shown step by step how to do it, then people are going to watch you on your website. It's not going to be easy. You've got to attract an audience. You've got to build an audience. You've got to promote it. You've got to push it. You've got to be pushy. If you do that, then what will happen is this: over time, you'll gather an audience, and whilst watching your live video, they'll be exploring your website, reading your blog posts, visiting your shop, finding out more about you, coming to know, like, and trust you. You're live on your website. At the moment, you're going to be one of the very few people doing it. So now is the time to push. Right, this has been, I go off here. This has been me. That was me. I'm just going to turn this out of the way now. I hope you found that interesting. I find it fascinating that we can, I'm live by the way, that we can actually now go live on our websites. Until now, it's been the province for CNN, for CBS, for the BBC. It's been an expensive way to actually going live to your website, but prices are dropping and the technology is available. The technology that you use to go live to Amazon Live, where you're actually using stream keys and stream URLs, just works. And let's go over to Chris, and Chris is saying, watching on Amazon and on Facebook where I can comment and have the sound on. Brilliant. And over to Chris again, and hopefully, yeah, you would have one recording on VI Loud and one on Be Live, where you can actually make snippets with the editor. Quite correct. Well said, Chris. And Chris is a friend who's watching from Belgium. So before now, it's been, as far as expense was concerned, it's been in the thousands of dollars. You've now got a situation where you can go live to your website from as little as $50 a month. And it's technology that fascinates me, that you can actually do this. You can go from your desktop to your website. You can go from your mobile phone to your website. And this is the future. And the thing is that if you get involved in it now, you're going to be spearheading a move to people actually watching on websites. And it's important. The Amazon experience is fantastic for this reason, that what we're doing on Amazon, you can replicate on your website, but not to the same extent. I mean, Amazon is over the last year and a quarter actually sort of, well, it's the best place to be. And I love being on Amazon Live. But when I'm not on Amazon Live, you'll find me on my website. And the way to do it is the way I just described. And I wish you every success with it. If you've got questions, hello to Nick. And Nick is doing the same. Hello, both. And Nick and I were on a live broadcast earlier where we're talking about OBS, which brings me to OBS. If you're broadcasting on Amazon, the odds are that you're actually using OBS. And OBS, which has been around since 2014, is a very valuable piece of equipment, and one you can use to actually go direct to Amazon. And over to Chris, and Chris is saying super. OBS is it's a workhorse. It's not easy to use, but once you get into it, once you understand how it works and the way it's set up with scenes, assets on scenes, switching between scenes, then you can do all sorts of whizzy things with it. I mean, in the Live Studio, I can do lower thirds, I can do frames, I can do all sorts of things. But OBS is the only limit with OBS is your imagination, really. So you can switch between you on camera, you can go to an image on camera, you can go to you and an image on camera. And bottom line is that Nick and I, Nick probably doesn't know yet, Nick and I are going to do an introduction to OBS. Which everybody can follow, because in order to get the most out of it, you need to go through it step by step, from starting with a blank screen and going from the blank screen through to actually going live on Amazon Live. And all that we're talking about, these are learned skills. It's not as nobody's born to go live or born to use OBS. We learn how to use it. And I've always found that step-by-step guides are the best way to do it. And over to Nick. And sounds good to me. There you are. Excellent. Okay, so it's now, just to explain, that's now a joint project between Nick and I. We'll be doing a review of OBS and a mini training course, so you can actually get more out of OBS. And because we specialize in this sort of thing, and we'll get a mini course out, and we may well put it, well, we'll put either YouTube or somewhere more. Well, it could be going several places, but look for that in August, towards the end of August, not to tie ourselves down too much, but by the end of August, we should have an OBS training course, which is for everybody who's broadcasting from OBS to Amazon Live. I'm just going to put my hand up for a second and say I'm headed over to Amazon Live, and yes, I'm still live. Okay. I always like to make sure that I'm actually, I know I'm live because Nick and Chris are actually commenting, for which I'm grateful. Now, one of the things I got featured at the moment, the featured item is an iPad. In fact, it's this iPad with a case. And Marco said I should go on Amazon Live. He bought a reconditioned iPhone to do it. And I bought my iPad. And my iPad is the one, it's just, I've got to say this, I've been a Windows guy for the last 15 years, and I've not used iPad kit. My last piece of iPad kit was an iPod. So it shows how far, and it was a first generation iPod, shows how far back we are. So I had an iPod and an iPhone at that time. Now I've had my eyes opened, because I've come on to the iPad and it is so smooth and so powerful. I'm just so impressed. And it takes a lot, because as I say, I'm a Windows guy. But for an Apple piece of kit to actually do this is absolutely amazing. To everybody who's watching now, I just want to say thank you. People watching live is what it's all about, and hopefully sharing knowledge. If you missed the intro, which was all about broadcasting to your website, then if you watch the replay, the full video is there. And you can learn how you can go live to your website. That was recorded live. Which is, well, I always enjoy doing things live. One take is all it takes. I rehearse things like I will do when I do the OBS course with Nick. I rehearse things for a couple of days, and then having got a flow fixed in my mind, we can then go through and we can actually do the course. It's going to be interesting, because normally I work alone, but this time Nick and I are actually going to do it. And Nick is saying, great tutorial, Stephen, thank you very much. And that's it. That's what I'm about. That is basically, I just put the logo up from it so you recognize where I'm broadcasting from. I'm broadcasting from here. I'll get there in a second. If I go down here, which is BeLive, and BeLive allows you to have 4 people on screen. It allows you to share comments on screen. It does everything that you'd expect of, well, it's coming up to its 5th year, and I've been with them since October 2016. The other people that are of interest to me are these people, and I'm just going to switch again. I also run a weekly broadcast for NVIDIA, inspired by NVIDIA, with John Upton, and those are the 2 commercial shows. And just a reminder, I'm going to take that off screen now. Okay, so I'm going to hide the logo. And it says the logo has been replaced. So if you have any questions about live broadcasting, then you can ask your questions here any Monday. And you can ask about OBS, you can ask about Relive, you can ask about broadcasting to your website. I enjoy broadcasting and sharing knowledge. I learned to teach. I wonder who said that. Somebody must have said it at some time. I learned so that I can teach. So we've been looking at VI Loud, and you are watching. If I bring this up on screen. Okay, Amazon Live, lights, camera, action. And I'm going to take the VI Loud card off so that you've got two of us side by side. This show is 12 p.m. Eastern every Monday, and it's all about going live. Each session will feature the products that I use, but in addition to that, feature products that I find useful and that I recommend. And also, it will have, each show will now have a short 15-minute lesson on a particular topic about live broadcasting. So we've looked at VI Loud. I'm going to look at OneStream as well, and I'm going to look at Caster.io in the coming weeks. So if you check back here, you will see a different broadcast every week on a different topic, all of which will help you with your live streaming. And just to shout out, it's not all about, I'm just trying to get my mouse working. It's not all about tech. If you're into the countryside and you're into country walking, then I'm here on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and we're talking about country walking, which is a pastime of mine, but I take my mobile camera with me and film, and you can see the results of that filming in the broadcast. So let's go back to me. Okay, so I suppose I'd better put my name on screen so that you know who I am. This might work or might not. Never mind. Okay, so that's me. If you Google me, you'll find me. If you go on YouTube, you'll find me. The only reason being, I've been doing this for a long time, not other reasons. I enjoy. I'm going to go with the comments now. Okay, and Nick is saying he promises to behave when we do the OBS training course. And over to Peter. I was trying to get Peter in. Peter is saying, "Country Roads Take Me Home." That's a song, Peter. I know that's a song title. And it'll come to me who the artiste is as well. And over to Nick, those topics are also super interesting. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Well, basically, the country walks thing is something that Angelica and I enjoy doing. And I'm taking my camera out and filming wherever we go. It's a bit hot at the moment, but I will be out tomorrow morning filming locally, and that will be in the show on Wednesday. Whenever I go filming, just so that you know, this is the gimbal that I use, and it just is, it works. John Denver, great artist. Yeah, thank you, Peter. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah. Now, this is an invitation. Okay. As you've just seen, I'm going to try and do this. There are two of me. Okay, one's looking at the camera in the Microsoft Surface Book 2, and the other one is looking at the Logitech Brio camera, which is up there. As you can see, in this studio, I've got 4 spaces. It's probably confusing you as much as it is me. If you want to join me on camera on a Monday and talk about your tech, then you're more than welcome to do so. I love broadcasting. I do 6 shows a week on BeLive, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and of course on my website. And I'd love you to actually join me, no matter where you are in the world, whether we're met or not. Then this is an open invitation. All you need to do is message me, and we can arrange it. It is 12 p.m. every Monday, and you're more than welcome to join me live on camera in the studio, 4 people on screen, talking about lights, camera, and action. Okay, so Peter's last comment was he made his own plan, but not right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. I need to refocus after that. I'm just going to check that the Amazon page is there. And thank you for all the kind comments that are going on the Amazon page. I'm just going to close a few things down. So I'm going to hide that, hide that, hide that, hide that. I'm going to hide that as well. So now we're just back to me and me alone. Okay. Now, I'm actually using Be Live for this live broadcast, and we've covered broadcasting to your website in the previous section. If you've got any topics that you would like me and my guests to talk about in future sessions, then please do so. If you comment, then I'll know who you are and we can start a conversation. And I'm not, as you probably gathered by now, I'm here to share knowledge and to share experiences, to listen to your stories, as well as telling my own stories. And wherever you are in the world, my thoughts are with everybody today, because we in the UK are leading. Well, I'm just going to say today is what's been termed Freedom Day in the UK. And I just want to say, earlier today I went shopping with Angelica, and in the supermarket where I went, everybody was wearing masks, voluntarily wearing masks. And that's a good thing to see. And hopefully, as Angelica said, that will continue throughout the coming weeks and months. And basically, common sense will prevail. And sooner or later, we will see the side of the situation we're in at the moment. So one of the ways that we can cope with what's going on around us is live video. We've seen such a growth in live video in the last 18 months. You've got the phrase now Zoom fatigue, which has come about because people are using to see 12 talking heads on screen, all going at it. And that's the Zoom. And Zoom has done a wonderful job of providing people with a place to meet and greet and talk. And over to Peter, and hopefully this is, let's see what this is. Not in the UK. I've been corrected. Okay. The United Kingdom is made up of England, Ireland, Scotland, sorry, Northern Ireland, Wales and Scotland. We have different health authorities. In England, we got our freedom today. Sorry, I stand corrected. But you go with the general gist of it. Where was I anyway? You threw me off my step now. With Zoom, the world has changed. But I just want to make a point here. If you have been broadcasting for the last 18 months, then you have got a skill set. You have been able to produce your own shows, your own broadcasts on a regular basis. There are a lot of people who would love to be on camera, would love to their brand to be on camera, would love to talk to the world, but they don't want to know about the back office. They do not want to know about the back office. They just want to be, I love the word, they just want to be the talent and turn up. If you've been broadcasting for a while and you want extra income, then look no further than the talents that you've honed on Amazon Live, because it means you could produce shows for other people. That's all I'm saying. You have a skill set, market it and produce shows for other people. And over to Harper, who's in, Harper is in Arizona and is watching us. Thank you, Harper. And it's a great team that we've actually built over the last 18 months. We go live every Wednesday. Chris, well, going live every Wednesday are Peter, Nick, Chris, and Harper. All the team is here, half the team, who broadcast every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Eastern. This week, 12 p.m. Eastern is at my house. We're broadcasting live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and my website on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to that. I haven't decided a topic, Chris. I will post a topic tomorrow. If anybody's got any ideas as to what we can talk about, we usually have, for each broadcast we do, we have a starting topic which gets us going. And unlike other systems, because we're actually in a studio, we can show comments on screen. We can respond to comments whilst we're live, and the whole show is interactive. And it just works. Live video is the best way of communicating that there has ever been. We're so lucky to be broadcasting now, to have an audience to broadcast to have people to listen. But just going back to the skill set thing, if you've been broadcasting for 18 months, if you've been on Amazon Live since April 2020, then you have a skill set. Now, what you can see behind me, just a sales pitch, 2 minutes, is a reversible screen. It's blue one side, it's green this side. I normally use green screen software at the moment because I broadcast with Nick earlier. Nick has got a green screen, and so I have a green screen too. So you got, never mind, it's private joke. But a green screen can make a lot of difference to your broadcasts, especially on Amazon, because if you're broadcasting solo on Amazon, if you came in with a green screen every week, then you'd get bored. Never mind the people watching get bored. If you get a green screen and you get some background removal software, I'm going to try something. Okay, I'm always up for trying something. If you get some background, this may or may not work. Hang on to your seats. If you get some background removal software, and this will take a second or two, but it'll be worth it. Don't run away. Don't go away. If I go here, and if I need to go to a couple of places, so I'm going to my own desktop, and I'm going to resize, and I'm going to there, then open. Okay, this may or may not work. Okay, I'm trying background removal whilst live. This should work, could work, or may not work. There you are. Now, yes. Okay, this is BeLive's own background removal software, and as you can see my fingers, and that's my acid test for any green screen software, background removal software, is that you actually be able to, first of all, you shouldn't be fuzzy, okay? And if I don't move, I keep still, then the picture is good, and you can move gradually, but don't, with green screen software, you've got to learn to sit patiently, and it just works. You can change where you are. You can change your background, and it's successful first time, so let's try for a second time. And I'm just going to take a different background, and the background can actually, I'll go for that one. In a second, whilst I'm live, I can switch from one background to another. We're coming up with, fingers crossed, one of my favorite backgrounds, because this one just works. This is my favorite background software. You'll see it everywhere as I go to my iPad and just check. And background software, you can change the mood, just as music can change the mood whilst you're live. So background software removal tools can do that, and then you just add in your own image. And as you can see, it's very quick and easy to do. Right. Okay, now I'm just looking around for any topics. I'm live in the BeLivers group tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK. And my topic for tomorrow is why bother with live mobile? Why do we do mobile? And first of all, I've got to put my script together tomorrow morning. So tomorrow I'll be writing. What I do when I'm going live in the BeLivers group, this is the show that I prepare for, is I spend the morning, Tuesday morning, actually writing a blog post. And the blog post allows me to refine my thoughts and my ideas. And then I can use those thoughts and ideas later on in the day when I actually go live. So all my talking points for tomorrow's live broadcast will be in a blog post. I can publish the blog post in advance so that people can read it in advance and be informed. Beauty of a blog post is it can have all the links in, it can have any videos I want, it can have any images I want, and it can tell the full story whilst I'm live in the Believers group telling a particular version of the story. Because not about you, if I'm asked to talk on a topic, it's never the same both times. It's impossible, especially when you're ad libbing. This broadcast today, it's not scripted. There has been no script other than to play that video all about how to live broadcast to your website. And I distracted myself. How to broadcast to your website. That's available on YouTube as well. So with that, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's watched me live today, is watching now. If you've got any questions, and we go to Nick and take Chris's comment, because people have been quick commenting whilst I've been talking. And Chris is saying a little space after me on the dining table, so I'm afraid I can't place a green screen. Just a moment. Just want to take that question. I'm just going to come and I'm going to switch my green screen off. Just give me a second. So I'm going to go to no green screen. I'm just going to cancel that and go to no, I haven't. Okay, I thought I'd broken it. The green screen that you see is leaned up against the wall. Okay, so I take your point that you can't have a green screen if you've got the dining table, but there are green screens which are fixed to your chair, and they're fixed to the no, I can't do it. They're fixed to the back of your chair. They're very small, and they come around your head, down the sides, and they work. I've seen people using them. So it's a green screen that fits to your chair. From memory, they're about $30, and I'll put one in the carousel for next week. But they seem to work. You don't need to get the green screen effect. You don't need to have a full-size green screen like this one, like the one Nick's got. You could have a chair green screen, and I'll feature those next week. And over to Harper, and Harper is still watching us. And over to Nick, and Nick is saying, "Oh man, oh right, okay." That who says men can't multitask? Marco and I live at the same time. How'd that happen? Right, okay. Marco Novo is a great friend. Introduced me to Amazon Live. He's live himself at the moment, and I just want to say, final for now. I just want to get rid of that. A final thank you to everybody who's watched me live. It's been my pleasure to broadcast on Amazon Live today. I've got a comment coming in, and the comment is coming from Chris, saying thank you so much. You're most welcome. Comment, and that was about the green screen. So on Twitch, when your broadcast is coming to an end, it's tradition on Twitch to actually say to everybody, go and watch this person when you finish watching me. So let's carry on the tradition, and I'll say thank you very much for watching me live today, and go over to Roland. And Roland's late, and Roland's here at the last minute. There is no second half, Roland. We've finished the first half. Roland's a good friend, real life friend. Thank you for joining me, Roland. We're live 12 p.m. Eastern every Monday. But thank you for joining. I do appreciate it. So if somebody would like on Facebook to put the link to Marco's show, that would be good. So what I'm saying now is thank you for watching. You made this broadcast so enjoyable, and it's always a pleasure when we all get together and chat. Go over to Marco's show. I'll join you, and we can unwind and listen to my mentor on Amazon Live, Marco Nova. And thank you for watching. Take care. And final comment for today is Sorry I'm late. And over to Chris, and Chris was saying thank you. So to everybody who's watched live, back same time next week. Really enjoyed this. Have a great week, and we'll see you later in the week. Bye for now. Bye.